Welcome to the 96th video in our series about Unix tools. In this video, I'm going to continue showing you how to use the Git version control software. In this video, we'll learn more about tags, but first, let's review what we learned in the last video. We learned 6 major things. 1. Only use annotated tags. 2. Before you set the tag, your staging area and working directory should have no changes since the last commit. 3. To actually make the tag, you say git tag -a and your tag name, which needs to start with a letter. 4. To list tags, you can say git tag, or you can use git tag -l. 5. To see where tags point in your git log, which commits have a tag and what the name is, you can use git log decorate full. But that will not show the commit message for the tags. It'll just show this tag points to this commit. Number 6, and this was what was so painful in the last video. We were able to show the tag if we did this command. And we had to spend quite a bit of time searching the man pages to put that together. But I wanted to show you the thought process and that you could get the information you need without a book or anything else, just from the man pages if you're patient. Okay, let's dive in and learn some more. It turns out that there's a better way to show your tag message, but how you would learn it, I don't know. I learned it from a book about Git. So you can do this: git show and your tag name. And wow, it's got everything. It's got the tagger, it's got the date, it's got the message, it shows the commit with the hash and everything else, and it even starts showing you the patch for that last commit. Well, we went from we can't get enough information. We couldn't even get this one line of stuff. And now we've got too much stuff. We don't really want the patch. So you can add a -s, and that'll suppress the patch and gives us exactly what we wanted. Okay? Gives us the tag name, tell us who set the tag, when they set the tag, and the tag commit message, and it tells us what commit the tag is an alias for or a nickname for, which tag does this version 1.0 point to, this one, and it also gives you the first line of that commit message too. So git show is much easier, and we don't have to remember that format stuff and decorate full or any of that. But like I said, it's not obvious, and how you would learn that, I don't know. Fortunately, you have this video to tell you how to do it. Git show -s and the name of the tag, and that'll do it for you. Okay, our main goal is to learn how to use these tags. So they're used in the same places you would use a hash, with a git log, with a git diff, something like that. So let's try git log v1.0. Will it work? Yes, it does. And we could give a -n1, and you think, wow, that did not really work, But keep in mind, you're looking at the whole screen. See this $? There's the prompt. And yes, git log -n1 did work. Just don't get confused by the other information. Or maybe you want to do a clear and then issue the command. It's easier to see. So, wonderful. But to compare the difference between things, we kind of need another commit. So, if we look at this, we're going to say, man, what can we change? We changed factorial in a previous commit. And if you can't remember, We changed it to use an iterative solution, which was much more efficient and won't blow up your stack if you have to enter a large factorial number. Not a problem in this application, but you might recycle this code somewhere else. So, not much we can do here. It's got a comment for the function, it's got a file level comment, and the code is trivial, so it doesn't need any explanation. Okay, let's look at Taylor sign. Maybe that needs some help. Well, actually it's got a good function level commit, and it's fairly simple, but maybe we could add a little bit here. And then at the top, you notice we don't have any kind of information about the license. And we say, well, let's just copy what we had in factorial. So we can split the screen with factorial. We can grab those 4 lines with a 4YY. And then we can do a Shift P, put them in here. But this is not factorial. This is Taylor sign. Come up to this window and close it. Okay, we've made some change. Get diff. Yes, you can see we've got some changes. We haven't tested them yet, and even if it's just a comment, play it safe. So let's try the static lib version. That's always easier. It worked. Clean it. Now let's try the other one, which is the shared library. And remember, for this one, it's easier if we use the run it target. Yeah, and so great, that worked. So our tests still pass. We've got this stuff. If we do a get stat, you're gonna get status. We're gonna see an M, but the M is in the second column, which means the change has not been staged. So we need to do a get add of Taylor's sign. And then if we do get status, it shows the M has moved to the first column. And if we do a get diff, it shows we have no changes that are not staged. We have these changes which are staged. That's good. Let's commit. Okay. You notice instead of using the editor, I'm going to use the -m, which if you just have a one-line short commit, it's easier. This is just a different way of handling it. So if I do a get log, finally, head and the tag are not the same commit. And so if I wanted to say, what's different between this one and this one, it's pretty easy to do. I can do get diff v1.0 ... head. And it shows the changes from version 1.0 to now. Now is head. So the last thing you might want to say is, wow, we didn't set a tag on the initial version. You know, this should be version 0. And we didn't set a tag. Can we set a tag on some old commit that we already did? Sure we can. So we're going to get tag -a, and we're going to give our name, which we'll call it version 0. Our commit message will be something like version 0.0, and then we give that hash that we want to assign the tag to. And we didn't get any message back, so let's do get tag and see what we see. We see the version 0 and the version 1, so they do both exist. If we do a get log and we do a uppercase G, it'll jump to the end, and you can see the tag was set on this commit as we wanted. So if we wanted to know what's different between version 0, our initial check-in, and version 1, we can see that. And you think, are you sure? Are you sure? Well, let's check the Taylor sign. Okay, and you see that the... Where is Taylor sign? Here's Taylor sign. Taylor sign does not have our last commit in it, right? Which set the new license information. But it does have the bug fixes where we, fixed the spacing up and made that look nicer. Those things are in there. And you'll notice that this diff is just one big diff. Each file has one diff only. It merged all the changes from all those commits in between, and for the getignore file, it just has one patch. For factorial, it just has the one patch. And for the makefile shared lib, they had the makefile 2, now it's called makefile shared lib, but it's got one patch. And so that is why you want to use tags. It makes doing those get diffs easier. Could we get the same information another way? Yes, we could, but we'd have to remember this hash, and then we'd have to remember this hash. You'd probably have to cut them and paste them to some other window. Hard work. But using these tags, it's easy. Okay, we've run out of time on this video, so I hope you feel better about tags. We learned about get show, which was just so much easier to use. If I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Get show -s and the tag name. And if we try it on our 0.0, does it work? Sure it does. And this one says, version 0.0. This one said this is our 1.0 release. Yeah, you'd probably want to copy the style, but nobody's perfect. You could put any string you want to in there. That's what we learned in this video. You now know how to set tags, how to query tags, and how to use tags instead of hashes. And that's everything you need to know about tags. Okay. Please come back for our next video. We're going to take a break from Git and do something different. But until then, thank you for listening.